Hey everybody, so today Senate Joint Resolution 34 passed the House. And that kind of sucks. What was Senate Joint Resolution 34? That was a bill to go ahead and roll back some privacy concerns that were put in effect on ISPs by the FCC from the Obama administration. Those privacy concerns treated all web browsing information the same. So it didn't matter whether you were looking up sports scores or you were checking your bank records. They were all treated across the board as the same level of privacy. The concern some people have with rolling this back is that it's going to allow ISPs to instantly start selling your browsing history and browsing habits. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if that's actually what's going to happen, but it's a possibility. And it's a scary possibility. There is a rule, or there was a rule at least, in place by the FTC prior to the rule put in place by the FCC, which used a more tiered scaling kind of approach where sports scores would not be treated as private as your health information or financial information. Again, because I'm not a lawyer, I don't know all the intricacies of how those decisions were made. So this may indeed open the door for your ISP to start selling your browsing history and the habits about what sites you visit to advertisers. Now this is just one thing that happened today. The other thing that happened today was the Trump administration starting to go ahead and roll back all of the climate policies, which now makes us the only major country in the world turning a blind eye to the fact that man has had an effect on climate and the world is now changing. I guess the main question is, what can we do about this? I don't know if you're a Trump supporter. I don't know if you're... Let's not even break it down into Trump supporters. I don't know if you're a Democrat or a Republican or some Green Party or independent. I think the fact is we've gotten very lax with our democracy. One thing I hear repeatedly nowadays is that he's not my president, or I refuse to call him, President Trump. I will only refer to him by 45. And those two things are so, to me, they're so crazy. Because just because your guy didn't win doesn't mean that you should just opt out. In fact, because your guy didn't win means you should play harder. We've, I think, built the perfect storm over the last several administrations where we've become lax in our research and our responsibilities in this democracy. People barely are aware of any of the issues that they're voting on, or they do last-minute research where they scour through the booklet, get a decent idea maybe of what's going on, so at least they feel good, even though they probably don't have all the information. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, if you don't like the way things are going, be active and participate and make a change. The only way that you can do that, though, is if you work hard. You need to research what the bills and policies that are on the table are, and tell your representatives how you want them to vote, and hold them accountable. And that's work. I mean, it's going to be work for you to do. I mean, democracy's not easy. I mean, we've taken it for granted for so long, but there is responsibility that every American has. Pay attention to how your representatives are voting. If they're not voting the way that you want them to vote, then the next time it comes to elect them, don't vote for someone else. The only way that we're going to see change in our system, real change, is by aggressively holding our representatives responsible. Alright, it's raining out, or starting to rain out here, so I think this is the end of my rant. I don't know if I said any of that very good, but let me know in the comments. Alright, see you tomorrow.